friends. I am Nada Stefania from 9th I class. Let me ask you something. What hurts more, being poor or being rejected by your own blood? Pause for a moment and think about it. Because today I will tell you the story of a girl who had everything to be loved, but instead she was treated as she did not belong. The girl whose tears were never enough to melt the heart of her own family. And in the end, even the earth could no longer hold her sorrow. They say the girl turns into stone, and that stone surprised until today. This is the heartbreaking legend of the crying stone. A long time ago, in a quiet village in West Kalimantan, there lived a poor old mother with her only daughter. The daughter was known for her beauty, but her heart was not beautiful as her face. She was proud, too proud to admit that a woman beside her was her own mother. One morning, they went to the market together. The mother walked behind, carrying a heavy goods in her fragile hands. In a soft, trembling voice, she called out, "Child, let's wait for mother." But she didn't stop. She kept walking as if those words did not belong to her. On the way, people began to notice them. One of them asked kindly, "Is that the woman your mother?" At the moment, the girl hesitated, but instead of shame turning into love, her pride spoke louder than her heart. Coldly, she answered, "No, she's just my mate." Silence fell. It was not the world was stopped, but a mother's heart shattered silence. The old woman said nothing, but inside her eyes, tears began to fall slowly, painfully, like a heart breaking without sound. Days passed, and it happened again and again. Every time they met people, the same question was asked, and the same denial was spoken. Until one day, the mother could no longer hold her son. With a trembling hand, unbroken heart, she looked up the sky and prayed, "Oh God, if she truly refuses to acknowledge me as her mother, please open her heart or give her the consequence of this pain." The sky suddenly changed. Dark clouds gathered above the village. The wind screamed like it was morning, and the earth felt heavy, like it understood the mother's grief. The girl panicked. "What's happening, mother?" But it was too late. Her body began to stiffen, slowly, painfully, as if her neck was being turned into stone. "Mother, please help me! Forgive me!" Her voice cracked, but the wind swallowed her words. Tears fell endlessly from her eyes, but even tears could no longer move her body. She turned into stone, and that stone cried forever. The mother fell to her knees, trembling and whispering in sorrow. She said, "If only you had realized it sooner, my child." From the day on, people call it the crying stone. From this story, we can learn a very important lesson, that pride can sometimes destroy the most precious thing we have, like our relationship of our own family. The girl turned into stone not because she was poor, but because she was unable to be grateful and honest about where she came from. The story reminds us of the parents' love is unconditional, but our words, our attitude can break their heart deeply. So today, let us reflect. before we felt ashamed of our parents, before we choose pride over love, and before it became too late to say, I'm sorry. Because in real life, not everyone gets a second chance to fix their mistake. Thank you.